Do you know how many medicines are actually made out of fossil fuels?
Okay.
No, I'm asking. It's a serious question. Do you have any idea how much medicine is made out of fossil fuels? Yeah, let's try another one. Excuse me, are you a doctor?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much medicine is actually made out of fossil fuels?
Oh, I've heard this argument before.
It's not an argument, it's a question.
Excuse me, are you a doctor? Do you know how much germs are in that gob down there that you just put on the floor, sir?
Well, 7.2, I think.
Yeah.
7.2.
So do you mind not spitting your greenies on the floor like that for other people to step on?
Any idea? Huh?
I think the argument about hypocrisy has been used so many times with health professionals.
For instance, what about the jacket you're wearing, the polyester and the rest of it? What's that all made out of?
I could
be the change you want to be in life. Be the change you want to be. Be the change that you profess, that you demand other people be. It's that simple. You want to talk about hypocrisy?
No,
you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You'd have to be wearing him. You'd have to be wearing him.
Breathing releases CO2 as well.
Right, and you do realise CO2 actually helps photosynthesis and plant life as well. Yeah, right. So what's the matter with CO2? Do you actually understand what happens if we drop below a certain level of CO2?
I don't think we're going to get anywhere from arguing with this.
Oh, you're not going to get anywhere arguing with me, mate. You definitely ain't, because
exactly.
you've got fallacies. You've got fallacies and misnomers. You're supposed to be educated people, but you can't handle a rational debate.
Do you want to maybe read A-level biology again?
Right.
Look into photosynthesis and respiration. You know, plants do two things. They photosynthesize, but they also respire.
Yes. Yeah. And what happens when they respire?
When they respire, they take O2 and they release CO2. And when the CO2 in the atmosphere goes up, then the amount that they respire goes up and the amount they photosynthesize goes down.
Right.
So the balance of CO2 actually then causes harm.
Right. So how did we get out the first ice age then?
We're not living in an ice age.
We're not living in an ice age.
Why do you want to live in an ice age?
Right, we're not.
How many people do you think will survive in an ice age?
We're not well, everyone, generally speaking.
Everyone will survive.
Well,
in an ice age.
there was one in the medieval period. We just come out of one.
There was not an ice age in the medieval period.
A mini ice age, a little ice age they call it.
Are you saying you want people to die?
No. Why are you trying to put them words in my mouth? That sounds like a horrible thing to say.
Can I just ask you what you think of the heat waves?
The heat waves, I think that would, what do we call that? Like a freak occurrence? When was the last time it happened? 1973? No, before that. 3 times last year where?
It's happening with
3 times last year where, sorry?
regularity.
3 times last year where, sorry?
Sorry?
3 times last year where?
Heat wave 3 times in Britain.
40 degrees we was talking about, my love. Yeah, when?
So science
Here we go.
involves a thing called critical appraisal.
Right.
Right? Here are 3 reports. You can take them with you.
Right.
Take your time to read them.
Right.
Come back to me, critically appraise them, and then we can have a debate. This is the Climate Change Committee's report to Parliament, 2023. Right. Just came out last month.
Right.
This
is
is
who the Climate Change Committee?
Independent Climate Change Committee.
Independent?
Yes.
So where do they get funded by? Who are they funded by? Hang on, right.
In a leading health journal that lists the harms to health happening right now. This is not a prediction of the future. This is the list of people who are dying right now because of climate change.
There's a list of people dying from climate change.
All the different causes as to why people are dying right now because of climate change. This is the IPCC report.
So you're
report
talking about people dying. You're talking about people dying. Are you purposely trying to invoke an emotional response when you pose these arguments?
When people are dying, I think it's entirely wrong.
At least we get honesty out of it. So this is about emotions rather than critical analysis.
I don't think that
do you understand?
Gain anything from this discussion unless you have read these, understood them, and then we can critically appraise them and have another chat.
Why don't you critically appraise where the funding comes from? You said they're independent.
Yeah.
So where's the funding come from then? Who's commissioned it? The independent report. The first one. Who did the first one?
Climate Change Committee, I don't know.
You don't know. Enough said. Thanks for that. Fucking absolute swat, boys. I'm not the one preaching it, Dinlo, am I?